everybody, so today I am doing a video on this look. This is inspired by Angelica Ross. She is a trans icon and legend. She is an actress as well as a trans rights activist. She's so beautiful. I had a really hard time picking which look I wanted to go for. So this is the makeup and this is the hair. It's actually all inspired by one photo. I loved the loose curls she had in this, and I lived for the kind of peacock tropical eye. Angelica, if you see this, I hope you know how much you inspire the community and how much we all appreciate having you. I really hope you guys enjoy the video. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! Okay, everybody, so starting off with Louise Eye Base on the eyes, and then I'm going to go ahead and use some of the shadows from the Jeffree Star Banana Fetish palette. I'm going to use Certified Organic, which is a matte mustard tone brown, and I'm going to use that in the inner portion of the crease. On the inner portion of the eyelid, which you'll see right here, is me using G-Spot. Then I'm going to go ahead with the Blood Money palette and use Poison Ivy. And then so that's the G-Spot color there, by the way. I forgot. I was like, oh yeah, I have to do my crease, so I'm going to do that now. Then I went ahead and used Poison Ivy, like you see. And to deepen up the Poison Ivy color, I went ahead with Emerald Estate. And I placed that over top of the Poison Ivy color. And for the dark outer blue shimmer, I used Ocean Ice from the Blue Blood palette. I know I'm jumping all over the place with palettes here. I'm really sorry, guys. But this is just what I used. Use whatever is kind of corresponding in your collection. If you decide to recreate this, of course, you don't have to use these colors. And then to blend out the Ocean Ice color, I used Cremated from the Blue Blood palette. And I went ahead and blended that up into the crease and then into the kind of mid crease. I did go ahead and darken up the inner portion of the crease with Sunday Service as well. Or no, I'm sorry. My apologies. With Pounding Cake, which is a little bit of a deeper tone, pretty neutral matte color, neutral matte brown. And then to deepen up the outer portion of the eye, I used Undertaker from the Blue Blood palette. On my brow bone, I just used Wealthy, which is from the Blue Blood palette, which is just like a my color nude. Yeah, it's nothing special. Of course, it's whatever skin color you have, just use what would be like your color nude, maybe a little bit lighter than your color on the brow bone, if you wanted to recreate this, of course. And there I am darkening it up with the Undertaker shade. Actually, I think I'm still blending with Cremated, and I use Undertaker closer to my actual lash line. I did also use Christmas Tree Bling from the, it's one of the Jeffree Star eye gloss powders. I used that over top of the green colors, and it was phenomenal. It's one of my favorite eye gloss powders. I find that some of them don't have a lot of payoff, but this one definitely does. So there is the deepening up with the Undertaker color. So I'm just using that to kind of add some depth to that outer. I love how yellow the Banana Fetish color, the G-spot color looks on the eye. I think it looks so beautiful. I haven't played in Banana Fetish as much as I should because it is a really beautiful palette, and I do really love yellow eyes. So yeah, and then I just took my finger and kind of intensified that. Along the bottom lash line, by the way, when we get to that, um, I'll just use the same colors I used on the lid, just so you know. I was going to use magnetic lashes, but I didn't like how they were a little bit too small for this look. I wanted something more dramatic, so I just used some custom lashes. And you may be happy to hear, but I have filmed a lash tutorial of how I make my lashes. I've posted it on TikTok. I still have to edit it for YouTube because I film one in it's the same footage, but one is filmed in portrait mode and one is filmed in landscape mode. So if you want to see that now, you can go and check out my TikTok page. Of course, you don't have to. It will be on YouTube at some point in the future. I'm just not sure when. It'll probably be my next video after this one. But anyway, going into primer using the NYX Plump Right Back Plumping Serum and Primer. And then I'm going to go in with the Juvia's Place I Am Magic Concealer. I like the slip that this primer gives, by the way. It feels nice and your skin feels almost like nice and bouncy because it feels so hydrated. I did not forget my eyebrows in this video. In my last video, I forgot them, but I didn't in this one. So I just used the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer. Had some people requesting an updated brow routine, but I don't really do anything special, honestly. I just tweeze them and then color them in. I know that sounds boring, but it's true. So I use my Beauty Blender or Real Technique sponge all over the chin and the forehead, and then I'll go ahead and use my finger under the eye because I find that provides a more opaque coverage, but also gives a smoother effect, I believe, because it goes into pores and things like that. So it's really, really layering the color. You can tell the difference between this and a sponge or a blender or anything like that when the look is finalized. So that's just me personally. Of course, do what you see fit, but I've definitely found a difference using my finger under my eyes. So what I was going to say about oh yes, and then foundation, of course, I'm using the L'Oreal True Match Lumi. Really been loving this foundation lately. So what I was going to say for under the eyes is I just used the exact same colors on the bottom of the eye that I used on the top. So I'll use that G-spot color from Banana Fetish. Then I'll go in with Emerald Estate. Then I'll go in with Ocean Ice and use Undertaker to deepen up that outer perimeter. I did also use the Christmas Tree Bling color under my eyes as well too because I wanted to make sure that shimmer really carried over into under my eyes. For contour, bronzer, whichever you want to call it, because I kind of use a bronzer for my contour. I used the e.l.f. Light Medium Halo Glow Contour, which I've been loving. And I just go ahead and make sure that's all blended. I didn't do any real shaping of cheekbones or anything. I more so just did along the perimeter of the face. And for blush, I used the P. Louise Coral Morals blush. And I just put a little bit on and then blended it out. It's pretty simple. You'll see me do that in 1 second here. I like to start with my bronzer just because I find that blending in the blush with the bronzer can look pretty nice. By the way, I lied. I didn't use the P. Louise Coral Morals blush. I used the Made by Mitchell Cowlick Blursh. So I just fully lied. And we're going to act like I didn't. So I'm just going ahead and blending out that Made by Mitchell blush. I guess I'm so used to using the P. Louise blushes that it just like is second nature, but like I said, we're not going to talk about that. So using the MAC Studio Fix powder in Shivering White under the eyes. Then I go ahead and use my skin color all over my face. I believe it's NC15. And that's just to add some extra coverage. Then I use the e.l.f. Soft Luminance High Definition Setting Powder, which I've really been liking, honestly. I have a ton of setting powders in my collection that I'm going to go through and use them up, but the e.l.f. Soft Luminance High Definition Setting Powder will most definitely be a repurchase for me at the end of this if I don't fall in love with something else. I find that it gives well, it's called soft luminance, and it truly does give a softening kind of luminance. So stupid. A soft luminance to the skin. It does exactly what it says it's supposed to do. So yeah, I place that all over, and then this is going ahead and doing under my eye, like I mentioned. Just using that yellow, and then the green, and then the blue. And then for my eyeliner, I just used black. I used the Tanais Divine Kalo Kajal pencil, and that was one from, I believe, an Ipsy bag from, I think, years ago, but I don't remember. But it's okay. I don't mind it. So going ahead and dusting off that setting powder. I don't normally leave setting powder on, but with having such dramatic under eyes, I do like to put a bit on just for some reassurance. And then I'm using the Marc Jacobs Tantastic Omega Bronze. And I will be using the She Glam Tangerine Lightweight Matte Blush over top of where I put the Made by Mitchell Cowlick Blursh. I wanted a nice bright color, bright pink color, because that's kind of what Angelica had. And I just used a little bit of Colourpop Flexetarian along my cheeks, my nose, and my forehead, just to give some depth. Then I'm going to go ahead with the NYX Peekaboo Neutral Lip Pencil. And over top of that, I'm using the Bobbi Brown Neutral Rose Luxe Lip Color, which was a sample, which I'm happy with this sample. It's nice. And then the Anastasia Beverly Hills Saint Tropez Lip Gloss. And everything is finalized. Just going to get that hair together, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. Don't forget to share where you can, by the way. It really helps me out. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!